really influenced you in that way. But would you consider yourself an activist?
I feel uncomfortable. I'm not sure. I don't know, because I'm sitting next to this man who, I was talking to him and I said to him, I said to him, are you okay? And he was looking at me and I said, well, because I just read about your escape on a motorcycle 4 days ago. So I feel as though Bobby is the real activist, right? I feel like I just sit down and speak English, you know?
You're a work in progress. You're getting there. But has there been any area that you have found worthy to focus on in terms of challenging norms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Feminism. I think, but more seriously, because I don't want to sound too flippant about it. I think of myself as a writer and a storyteller. That's the thing that I really do. I think that's the reason I'm here on earth. I really do believe that. And it's the thing that gives my life meaning. It's what I want to keep doing until I no longer can, and then I really don't want to live. If I cannot write, I don't want to live. But I think what my writing has done is that it's given me a platform. And I am also a person who has always been interested in politics, in the way that our lives are organized and governed. And my writing gave me this platform to talk about what I cared about. And so I decided to talk about what I cared about. I didn't set out to become an activist or anything, but I did hope to change one mind. And for me, I choose to measure progress in incremental terms. If I can change one person's mind, for me it's success.
We're on the way. And absolutely, please give a round of applause. One person, change one person, we'll get it all done. Now, you've talked about feminism, and I'll come to that later, but focusing on today's conversation about Fela's song, Teacher, Don't Teach Me Nonsense. I want to talk a little bit about our passion for absorption and copying and imitating foreign customs and ideals, whether it's British, American, or whichever one takes our fancy as Africans. And as an African Nigerian who lives abroad, US, the West, you must be aware of the current conversation about assimilation and integration. And for people who didn't go to school like me, in assimilation, foreigners and immigrants seeking to create lives and careers in their countries of adoption are encouraged to give up their own cultures in order to find acceptance and advancement in foreign countries. And indeed, it's widely recognized that the assimilationist thinking, the idea that the white or Western dominant culture is preferable and others from different cultural backgrounds should therefore adopt it, is actually a racist ideology. Integration, on the other hand, as an alternative, tries to project the retention of the cultures of immigrants on the basis that assimilation does not really promote or engender acceptance, but only serves to ultimately exclude the immigrant, no matter how hard it tries to find acceptance. Wearing his Rasta costume in the middle of London does not, it doesn't hack it. But in the end, even integration does not achieve its objectives because it is often easy to falsify support integration while still only talking about assimilation and its covertly racist undertone. I have tried to explain in as scientific terms as I can for everybody to understand that there is a difference between those who let you in and allow you to pretend to be yourself while adopting the other's culture, and others who say, when you are here, don't be talking of or any other identity. You're an American, you're an Americano, nothing else. So, what is your view and your experience on this debate of assimilation and integration, and your advice to cultural diasporans who are actually facing those circumstances?
Well, I live partly in the US and partly here in Lagos, so I generally don't think of myself as an immigrant. I think of myself as a Nigerian who lives part-time in America and likes America, but also likes Nigeria, but is happy to be able to leave both places. Leave, not live in. I like Nigeria because I can leave from time to time. And I like the US because I can leave from time to time. But I think we can't talk about the diaspora without talking about power. I mean, that there's always a power relationship with living, especially for us Africans, I think, because still in the global imagination, we don't really matter. We don't really matter. I think that's the reality. And you can tell...
For now.
Well, for now, but it's up to us to make that change. Because if you look at the foreign policy of Western nations, by their actions you can tell not only do they not think we matter, they don't think we will matter. They think China will matter, they think India will matter, not really us. And you can tell by the foreign policy. And I think that also affects the way that we are treated as people who visit or live there. And so then the burden is on us to somehow create a certain kind of psychological barrier to this. And I think it comes from just having self-confidence. It's the most we can do, or the least we can do. And I think self-confidence comes from, and I don't mean the kind of just empty self-confidence I'm proud. It comes from knowing where you're from and who you are. Which is why I feel very strongly, for example, that in this country we need to know our history. You know, we need to, the curriculums that people are being taught is just, well, we're talking about teach, I don't teach me nonsense.
It's nonsense.
Complete nonsense. We need to remake our curriculums. So if we teach our children.
It's strange to interact with one so free in opinion and expression. Most so when her expressions are breaking idols we have worshipped for so long. I mean, I see you in this kamikaze armor, you know, superwoman going out and destroying all kinds of idols. Do you see yourself in that kind of light?
No.
You know,
I want to be, but I'm not. You know, every day I wake up, I'm like, I want to be a superwoman. I'm not. I'm human. And I also think that even the idea of a superwoman is dangerous for women. This idea that we have to be everything and be everything. I think women, I started to feel this way quite young, which is to say that I was a feminist before I knew what the word meant. When I was growing up, I questioned things, and I remember very distinctly we were in my hometown in Anambra State, and it was time to go see the masquerades. Christmas time, the most exciting thing, all the children were like, you know, moo. And then at some point, my uncle says to me, okay, you and Neka, go inside, because the exciting masquerade was coming out. And I said, why do I have to go inside? He said, because girls cannot see it, go inside, go inside. I said, but me too, I want to see the masquerade, right? And I remember then, and I was quite young, but it's that awareness of femaleness as a kind of deprivation, right? That the reason for something is not something you did or didn't do, it's just that you were born a girl. And you know, it made no sense to me. And then much later, things like, again, going back to the village, and I say this because I'm a very happy village girl, you know, I'm one of my favorite places in my hometown. And there is the Igbo people have this thing called the Una meeting, where the men, the extended family, decide what happens. You know, they have meetings, they make decisions. And one Christmas, I've always been interested in our history. I've been the child who, you know, I know where our lands are. I can tell you my great grandfather's life story, because I'm the child who asked questions. And so I said to my father, I really should be at the meeting because I care. While my brothers are just like, this is a bore, we need to go, you know, to Enugu and go hang out at the party. But my father said to me, I didn't make the rules, I'm sorry. My father is the loveliest man.